Hello and welcome to another video. This is the AOC C27G2ZU. It's a 27-inch curved gaming monitor, but it's only 1080p. However, I'm hoping that that is made up for by the fact that it's got a 240Hz refresh rate and a 0.5 millisecond response time. So let's get it out of the box and let's have a look. Okay, so now that's out the box, let's have a quick look round it. We're going to start with the back, and we've got up the top here is a printed AOC logo in silver. Then below that we've got the vents, which are the only vents on the back. And then you can see here we've got two big red chevrons on the back, striped down the stand. Now they don't light up or anything, it's just there purely for aesthetics. Then we've got all the inputs are under this ridge here. Now on the far side we've got the DC input for your power. You've got a headphone jack under there in the middle. Then you've got display port, two HDMI ports. Then we've got four USB ports, USB 3. Now one of those is yellow and that one is designated for fast charging. The other USB port obviously in there is the USB in, and that is the type B connector. So just very quickly looking at the stand, we've got, it's all in two pieces. Now you put that together with the thumb screw that's on the bottom, and it's attached at the screen by this mounting plate. Now under there is a VESA mounting point as well, so you can attach it to a mounting arm or to a wall bracket. Now the stand gives you a good range of swivel and tilt, and there's also height adjustment as well, but it doesn't allow you to pivot it into a portrait orientation. But with it being a 27-inch curved, that's not really surprising. Okay, so looking at the display itself, it's a three-sided bevel-less design in that at the top and on the sides there's no bevel, but you have got this one along the front. Now on the right hand side there you've got all your buttons for your controls and your settings. You've got the AOC logo printed in the middle there, and it's got a really nice finish to it. Now the panel itself, it's a 27-inch curved, it's a 1500R curve, and it's a VA panel, so hopefully it's going to have pretty good colour reproduction. As I said in the intro, it's only a 1080p screen, which for a 27-inch, it's not really my preferred size for a 1080p. But I'm hoping that the fact that it's got a 240Hz refresh rate and it has got FreeSync Premium and is compatible with G-Sync as well. And I'm hoping that that, coupled with the fact it's got a 0.5 millisecond response time, I'm really hoping that that is going to compensate for the possible pixelation I might get. So I'm going to go and test it now and see how that gets on. And I'll see you very shortly. So I've been using the C27G2ZU now for a few weeks as my daily driver, and I've got to say it is a really nice all-round monitor. It looks great on the desk. The stand looks quite small. It's 430 by 230mm, so it's not oversized and it does hold the monitor really well. Now the on-screen menus are accessed through the buttons on the bottom there. You've got power and then 4 to control the on-screen menus. Now there's loads of settings in there, so you'll be able to get that exactly how you want it. And you can also download some software from AOC to control the monitor through Windows, which is fantastic. Now in terms of the audio, it has 2 integrated speakers, both 2 watt, and well, they're not great, but they're there if you do need speakers for whatever reason. If you are going to be having this for gaming or anything, please get yourself a decent set of speakers or a decent headset. The speakers just don't cut it for that. So going back to the display, and it's a 27-inch panel, as I said earlier, with a 1080p resolution. Now, the rule of thumb that I usually go by is for 1080p, you want to go 24-25 inch. For 27 inch, you really want to be going up to a 1440p display. And this monitor is no exception to that really when it comes to general office tasks. Text when word processing looks a little pixelated at best and a little bit fuzzy at worst. However, move over to gaming and it is a little bit of a different story. Both the fast 240Hz refresh rate and the half millisecond response time mean that the C27G2ZU feels really snappy and there's no ghosting to write home about. So running with my GTX 1080 in there, it runs absolutely flawlessly through G-Sync and there's no screen tearing at all, not even a hint of it. Now for colours, this is so rich and vibrant, and darker colours are really bold and they're not washed out at all. The VA panel has fantastic colour reproduction, and having done a calibration with my SpiderX Pro, it's showing 100% of the sRGB spectrum, which is fantastic for content creation. But as I say, this is predominantly a gamer's monitor. I'm playing a few different high refresh rate games like Fall Guys, Valorant, CSGO and Rocket League at up to 240 frames per second. The image is probably the smoothest I have ever seen. Now I'm not sure it's made me any better at any of those games, but playing Rocket League for the first time with it, I scored a few goals in my first game, which is quite unusual for me. So anyway, it was a really nice experience to use, and the curved aspect of the panel does make it even more immersive. Now at about £300 at the moment, this is one of the cheapest 27-inch 240Hz monitors on the market. At that price, for such a really good panel and all the stuff you get with it, despite that 1080p resolution, I'm sure a lot of people are going to go for this monitor. Although I can't really say the same for me personally. Don't get me wrong, this is a fantastic monitor and I do heartily recommend it for anyone looking to get into 240Hz gaming on a budget. But personally, I would rather go for a higher resolution monitor like the Q27G2U, which is a 27-inch 1440p 144Hz monitor in about the same price range. And I honestly think that that would be slightly better value for money. So let me know in the comments, what would you go for? Do you prefer a fastest refresh rate possible, or would you like to mix the clarity of a 1440p with say 144 Hz or even 165 like the Agon monitor that I reviewed some time ago. So I'll leave links to the AOC C27G2ZU in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. So I'd like to say a huge thank you to AOC for sending this in for review. And I also want to say a huge thank you to my current Patreons. And I'll leave a link to my Patreon account in the description below so you can donate and join these lovely people in supporting the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, why not pop along to our Teespring store and get yourself a funky looking t-shirt like the one I'm wearing in this video. So give this video a like if you liked it. Got loads more videos coming very soon. Best way not to miss any of those is to subscribe below. Doesn't cost a thing, and if you click the bell notification icon, you'll be told every time I upload a new video. Speaking of new videos, why not watch one of our other videos on the left hand side of the screen right now. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.